and I walked into the same room with the same 40 people.
Yeah.
And I went in there with my friend Bob at the time, and he was my best friend at the time. We used to fucking do everything together. We used to blow each other, fuck each other. I beat you guys to it, so whatever.
You were gonna say that, you disgusting pervert.
I was thinking you guys had fun. Outside, playing pretend, superhero adventures.
You ruined it.
Last thing I thought was you were fucking him against the tree and setting him up.
Rub everything in the smut.
That's the first thing you thought if it had a tree involved.
Listen,
I walked in there with Bob. We sat down.
Fuck him up his ass.
we blow him and fuck him.
We fucked him after. We fucked after the fact.
Cock.
But no, so we sat in the big crowd of 40 weird people and dudes with bullet wounds and shit like that.
There's fucking veterans in there with no legs looking to sell knives.
Did you not hear what Jeff said earlier? This fucking weird
You said there were mutants everywhere.
Yeah, but I was thinking, I didn't think there was crocodile people. I thought there's a form of...
When you put an ad in the paper, what do you expect to turn up? It's well-adjusted human beings.
Bill Gates?
It's people that need jobs. Anyways, Corey,
listen,
I showed up with my...
Crocodile Man could sell a fucking knife.
Crocodile Man.
I showed up with my friend Bob. We sat in a room with 40 fucking weird, broken people. And he's only critical to the story because... When we first went in there, there's a guy, and he was the main guy that came up to the front to do the whole speech. His name was Skip, and I only remember that because he was like 950 pounds. Me and Bob called him Skip Giblet because we couldn't remember his last name. It was like Makazumana Wish.
Skip was his
So we just called him Skip.
His first name was my dog.
What?
My dog Skip.
Chris. Go over there and be quiet.
Skip Giblets? Did he skip dog food hour?
No, he was just fat and his name was Skip.
So the irony was Skip could never skip because he was...
The irony was, let me finish the fucking story.
Okay.
Anyways.
You fuck Skip.
Sorry, go on. He did the brain games on me and Bob early because when I walked in there with Bob, I knew that something was off. And Bob kind of did too, so he fell asleep in his chair. And meanwhile, Skip was at the front of the room and he was like, look at what I have. I have this fucking empire. We sold vacuum cleaners. It's exactly like Jeff's story, but with vacuum cleaners instead of knives. And then he went up there and told us this fucking story. When he came home when he was a kid, he saw his mom in her bed killing herself, and he was like, and now look at me now. And I watched my mom die. And then I had to raise my 6 or 7 brothers and sisters by myself. And Bob fell asleep.
Yeah.
And then he pointed at Bob at one point, and he was like, get the fuck out of here. You don't belong in here. Get out. And then Bob was like, what? What? Wait, what? And I was like, dude, you need to get out of here. He's like really mad at you right now. So he made an example of Bob and then made everybody else in the room feel like they were privileged to be in there. And then he kept going with his fucking bullshit story about like how you're destined for fame and fortune.
I got the look at me now. I got the look at me now thing too. I'm like, I was down on my luck and working at McDonald's, but look at me now.
When you were telling
everybody in this room is down on their luck, and look at us now, and we're still in bad shape.
Yeah.
When you were telling that story, I zoned out, and it went from really lighthearted to really dark. And when I zoned back in, and you're talking about dead people.
Yeah, because you're falling asleep on the couch.
Yeah.
You know, people actually want you to contribute to the podcast, Chris.
I'm trying.
Are we gonna get up full all these comments? Like,
I am trying. I was waiting to tell my story about GameStop, but you all trailed off.
Chris, what are 3 of your favorite foods?
Steak. Hurry.
Brunch.
The bomb's gonna go off.
Brunch ice cream. Jalapeno pizza.
Chewits.
Thai green curry.
You like Chewits?
Blueberries. Chewits. I haven't eaten a Chewits in a while.
What the fuck is brunch ice cream?
It's yummy. It's pink and it's covered in flakes.
Poop.
What?
I don't eat poop.
You eat doo-doo flakes, little bag.
Brunch isn't a food. It's a mealtime.
Brunch is an ice cream.
What kind of farts
What's your favorite dinner?
It's a pink ice cream. It's really delicious.
What's your favorite food? Breakfast. Okay, what you gotta say?
Cheerios is good. Cocoa Pops is good.
What's your favorite food?
Cocoa Pops!
What the hell are Cocoa Pops?
Gotta have my
They're
pops.
like, they're Cocoa Pops. What the fuck do you mean they're Cocoa Pops?
Chris.
Hey, Americans, what are Cocoa Pops?
Are you serious?
Wap,
We
wap.
don't have Lucky Charms.
What?
We don't have Lucky Charms.
I didn't ask that. I asked
What
what
the hell
the
is
fuck
that?
Are they just
Pops
called
were.
charms, or are they
We
called
don't have
regular
those.
Are
charms?
Cocoa
Period.
Pops little black chocolate balls like this?
No, the little Cocoa
Are they
Pops.
called like American charms?
Pups?
Puffs.
You
Pops.
said...
They're called Cocoa Pops, and they have the little monkey on the front.
Oh yeah, of course, the little monkey. Yeah, of course.
His name's Coco.
We have Cocoa.
Oh, you mean Cocoa Krispies?
You guys,
What the?
I have a question.
Are they teeny tiny?
I have a question.
Okay, then
They're
they're
like Rice Krispie chocolate.
I have a,
Okay, so
I have a question.
They're called Cocoa Pops.
No, they're called Cocoa Krispies. They were invented in America.
I have a question.
Kellogg's American, yes or no?
I have an important question that
No.
will deliver.
Fuck you!
I have an important
Is it
question
really not
that is
American?
important
I don't think so.
to the podcast.
Kellogg's is
No
American.
goblins
Fuck you.
do not eat cereal.
Listen,
What?
it's not about goblins and what sort of fucking.
Regale us, Corey.
This is an important
Everyone's
story.
going to be really
Here we go.
quiet to listen to your important
Everybody, here we come.
story.
Here it comes.
Who
Here it
wants to
comes.
hear the story about the little 8-year-old kid who showed me his penis as a Power Ranger?
I want to hear that after my GameStop.
How did you go from cereal to that,
Another
Corey?
fucking intersection car crash by Corey. The story is like going 90 mile an hour down the road.
Thank you, Zach. I was
Hold on.
say we should start calling Corey
This is bullshit.
T-Bone.
T-Bone.
Because everything he
Let
does
him
is
T-Bone sounds like a husky black guy. Isn't even close to my fucking like.
Can I tell
First of all, my story. When I was young.
Stamper's not done. Stamper's not done.
yogurt, wolves, cake.
I wanted to tell
Bananas,
you. I want to tell you a story about
skeletons.
GameStop.
Okay.
Corey,
Stamper's not done yet, is it?
what was his story?
Well, tell me
Let him
what.
finish.
You asked me what brunch was.
Corey,
All I
buy a
remember.
sandwich.
I feel like I was done.
Oh, just do a quick
This was-
answer.
What happens
This
when
was
you're
actually
like,
important.
wait, I have to stop this right now to talk
This
about.
this was actually brought up by a fellow.
Yeah, what goes on in your
This
mind?
was a Sleepy Cabin fan. He asked, "Tell me the story
what-
about the Power Ranger dude who showed
Corey,
you your penis." This
You
is.
gotta wait your
Why do
turn.
you have to? What?
What the fuck?
That's my topic interruption.
Well, do you think he can finish? Because there's no way we can go back to it.
Look, just try to do
Wait.
it. Just try to do it.
You already said.
Cap.
You already
Little cap.
said. You already
Say-
said he walked out while Mr. fucking Brown was talking about his knife collection.
Not
You already
him,
said he
Stamper,
left.
Stamper.
Stamper was talking about
Cocoa Krispies.
Because
Cocoa
Chris
Krispies.
arrested him.
a fucking yellow. Who gives a shit?
No, but you're like, no, listen, guys, I have to stop this now to talk about
Power
this
Rangers.
totally other
Power
thing.
And I wanted to tell him a GameStop story.
What the?
Yeah, no, see, when you do that, it's like, see, people talking about like computers and you're like, no, I have to interject right now, and then you start talking
And
about...
6 hours later, it's
I-
Like blueberry
I
pies.
I have 45 liters of beer inside me. I need to tell
Stop
the story
drinking.
before I can't
drinking
speak
it.
anymore.
Stop drinking it.
45 ounces of beer in you.
Same thing.
Corey.
Holy shit.
Stamper, you want to do a little bumper? Be like, anyways, that's when I worked at the place.
Did it?
Because you interrupted you with breakfast.
I don't even know what's going on anymore,
I
man.
interrupted him with breakfast?
You
What?
interrupted him with something.
You were
He got
talking
mad at
about
you and said,
Cocoa
"Why you
Puffs
put
and,
that in
like,
food?"
He asked me what my
Bounty-
favorite food was for some
I don't
reason.
even know how we
You
segued
interrupted
into
him.
cereal.
Neither do I, and I did not interrupt shit.
You interrupted him. He said, Chris, what's your favorite food?
That's because you were about to segue, and I didn't tell my story because you all ignored me.
Hey Chris, didn't you work at GameStop?
Wow.
You're like
It was
you're like
cool.
the black tractor trailer in Terminator 2. Like you just smash through the bridge and land in the and you just keep going.
Listen,
What?
when you put alcohol into my gullet, I just know,
No, we know.
telling what's
We
coming
know.
out of it. Go ahead, tell your.
I have Rush H2O that Gosh Love gave me. Makes me pee out my holy water. Chris,
GameStop.
you know what? Anyways, hey, today I was at GameStop and I saw a retarded person dying in the streets. Chris, didn't you work at GameStop?
Yes.
That's the worst segue I've ever heard. I'm gonna ruin it again.
Okay.
Why'd you talk to your right shoulder?
Stamper, you do a segue to GameStop.
Okay, fine. All right, so I sold... Wait, yeah.
What the fuck? Dan Paladin's screaming in my ear.
Paladin's. This is.
Ow! Jesus.
Yeah, why don't you take the thingy off?
My name is Mary.
Okay, so Alright, so long story short, I sold vacuum cleaners. I actually have a lot to say about that fucking job.
Well, let's say more.
Yeah, you went
Say
to
it more.
you went to like a poor place and you were trying to sell like $80 vacuum cleaners, where
Oh yeah,
clearly
you
people
said,
couldn't even afford.
you stopped your story when the dude was like, Bob, get out of here.
But then eventually Bob came back to work. I guess it was just scare tactics. Anyways, the same exact story that Jeff had, verbatim, just with vacuum cleaners. And then I went door to door selling vacuum cleaners, but the problem with the vacuum cleaners were they were $3,000 vacuum cleaners.
Damn, did they shoot
And,
liquid and shit?
and to
No,
give them the carpet shampoo as well,
Yeah,
which
that's
is another
what I'm talking about.
$1,500.
I was, oh yeah, okay.
Did they?
And they sent me to the ghetto to sell. vacuum cleaners to people that can barely
cleaners.
afford their fucking rent.
Yeah, they're starting by McDonald's.
I didn't sell anything.
Yeah. So some of your
Tell me the story. Tell me the story where you walked up and like this person with like 6 kids.
There was one story that the one that I remember the most was I went to this old woman's house. And I was like, hey, I'm basically selling vacuum cleaners. I was pretty much done. And she was like, are they good? Because the whole thing is like, I had to bring out my vacuum cleaner and tell them to bring out their vacuum cleaner.
And do a side by side.
And then do a comparison.
Yeah.
And in some cases, go in and sprinkle dirt into their carpet and be like, use your piece of shit vacuum cleaner to pull the dirt out of that carpet, and then I'll show you what mine can do. Like that, right?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to bring out their fuking vacuum cleaner and do chores because some asshole came to their door.
Or sprinkle
And just
dead
surprise
earth
them.
underground so you can.
We had an old man on our street did this every year to my family. He'd come in with his vacuum and his ball bearings, and he'd vacuum up the ball bearings and be like, check it out.
Who cares? It's ball bearings.
Like how strong it is anyway.
What time are you ever gonna vacuum up fucking like small metal balls?
But no, there's...
I think you're just supposed to show the strength of the vacuum anyway.
Shattering the eardrums of the old man.
This old woman, though, she was more concerned with getting the cat piss out of her rug. She had like 9 cats, and the cats just pissed on her rug. And even when I was younger, I was just like, maybe you should get a cat box, something like that. Anyways, she had this big yellow spot of cat piss, and because Skip Giblet was like, this is the best carpet shampoo ever, it could pick up everything, he totally got me, like it totally could pick up everything. I ran over this cat piss spot on her carpet at least 3 different times. And then at one point she was like, I have to go to the bathroom, I'll be right back. when she went to the bathroom, I took this big potted plant that she had in her living room and I slid it over the cat piss. And then I left and I never came back.
She went down the diagonal
Yeah, like
of the fucking house.
like I was covering something. I was hiding the cat piss.
Stanford, did you ever consider,
forgets the layout of her own
Stanford,
house.
that was her piss?
Yeah.
Oh, that she was like,
Maybe
she was
pissing
fool.
everywhere.
like
Maybe
I
maybe
came
she
into
knew
her,
about
to
it.
her world and she was like, oh, this guy can
the
clean
cats
up her
peeing
piss.
everywhere. I can't help
Maybe
it.
she knew about Skip Giblets and she set up that piss urine thing, moved the potted plant just in case you saw the
This isn't Inception, Corey.
realistically
I'm saying
though,
someone
I'm
bitch
saying
pissing on the floor because
Listen.
her husband's been dead.
Anyways, that job was over. The end.
this fall,
I kept his vacuum cleaners and he got pissed off and I had to return them.
Stanford.
And then I worked at Walmart, TJ Maxx, Pizza Hut, then the
you said
telemarketer.
pizza Hut was pretty good.
Stanford, would you?
Oh, Pizza Hut's a great company.
Yeah, because you
This
get tips.
podcast brought to you by Pizza Hut.
Pizza's
Get
pretty
your
good.
dirty pepperonis right now for
Pizza Hut, to this day, is the best company I have ever worked for in my life.
I've had friends who work for like
Including Newgrounds and Sleepy Cabin. The best company I've ever worked for.
I worked in my dad's office over summers in college, Verizon. You ever see Office Space?
Verizon?
That shit is 100% accurate.
I've never had a legitimate office space type
is
job.
fucking
No, I have in Florida. I did have a weird fucking office job down there. That that's all excluding. Oh, and I also worked at Kmart. I don't know if I said that.
Yes.
My office job in Florida is when I started getting into professional design and stuff like that. I exclude those as jobs. That's just this
hobby building.
this like a clay ball of shit you just like mashed together. I don't even count them anymore.
I feel bad. The only job I've ever had is working on the phones of Scholastics. And you know what's funny? That place actually got shut down from fucking up an order for thousands of dollars because they just sort of ignored the phone calls. And then they got sued.
Chris,
That's what happens.
tell her, you GameStop.
Well, I went to GameStop and I was like, hey, how much am I gonna get for this? $30? Wow, I was like fucking 6-year-old game. Are you kidding me?
For like
You
$5.
guys are gonna be pissed, right? Because in GameStop, nothing very interesting happened, right? Except I was told a story by one of my superiors that was really cool.
What was the story told by?
Did he piss his pants and everyone fucking clapped him?
No, but P was involved, right? So he told me.
Dude,
He tells me when he was younger, he was bullied. He was picked on. He lived in Dublin, right, in a real shitty part of Dublin, which is like, okay, I'm just gonna say it. I don't like Dublin. I hate it. Okay, it's a boring, horrible place. Anyways,
Is it because you got punched in the face?
yeah, it's because I was walking down the street and a guy clocked me in the jaw and split my lip open for no
Realistic
reason.
question.
What?
Have you ever pissed in your hand and hit someone in the face with it?
Corey, you are sick.
Have you? It's hard. It hurts.
I do that daily, dude.
The piss makes it hurt.
You smack it.
It's like getting slapped by a wet fish. But anyways, Corey. Anyways, okay, so the guy lives in Dublin in a shitty.
This is important.
He lives in a great shitty life, okay? His life is shitty and he's a little kid, right? And this kid called
he sells
Bobby.
potatoes.
This kid called Bobby picks on him every day, right?
Yeah.
And he gets his
Probably
friends
deserves it.
gets his friends to hold him down and they all pee on him, right? He's like, "Ah," right? And then so they used to walk down to get to town, they take a shortcut.
Hold on.
Shut up, Corey.
Hold on.
To get to town, they go through a shortcut over a field and then over a
Corey, shut up!
It's important.
Shut up! No, it's not. It's never important.
Were you stalking the Call of Duty case? He's like, listen.
What are you talking
I
about?
busted this Bobby guy's mouth.
No! You've misinterpreted everything.
Corey, shut up!
This is it.
Shut up and stop talking forever, Corey.
This is real, folks. This is real.
Okay, let's.
Not a joke.
Okay, so Corey, I'm gonna give you a basic breakdown of what we have so far. Okay, a kid gets bullied, gets pissed on. His name's say his name is
Billy.
Samus.
It's not a bounty hunter.
Samus.
No, his name is Brian. Okay, Brian gets held
I don't
down
like
by
Brian.
Brian gets held down by Bobby. Gets peed on by him and all his friends. Right, so he's like.
Brian is a tougher name than Bobby.
He holds resentment to
I
this
agree.
Bobby fellow. They used to,
Brian
they used to
is Bobby's
listen. He goes to town every day, right? He walks through a field, and he lives in the
Jeff, shut up!
He lives in the same
Shut your fucking mouth!
lives in the same neighborhood as Bobby, right? So
this
be
gonna be
careful.
Corey, shut up!
What is this, smear?
Corey, I swear to God, shut the fuck up. Corey, shut up.
You listen to me.
Shut up.
Last time we did a shit debate, you were telling me shut up, and I couldn't explain my points because you were like, shut up!
Whose story is it?
What color was the pea?
It was orange. Anyways, they used to have to go to town, or they would wanted to go to town at the weekends, right? So they walk over a field. At the end of this field was a big old fence, right? So they have to climb over the fence, right? And one day, Brian and Bobby are walking through the field, and they're like, we'll just let each other walk this one time. So they're both climbing over the fence, right? Brian gets over it, no problem. Bobby fucking falls over it, and he's hanging by his fingers through the fence, right? His fingers got caught, and he's like, Brian, help me! I'm being caught by my fingers, can't help it! And Brian's like, no! And he runs away. And then he comes back later, and the kid fell off the fence, and both of his fingers are still on the fence. So he got yanked off by his fingers, and he had to go to town to get help, and he couldn't reattach him because it was too late.
I forget, what does that have to do with GameStop?
He was the guy, he was my superior at GameStop.
He was superior, he had no fingers.
My superior, he's the one who got peed on by the guy with no
Who's
fingers.
Brian?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
dude.
your guy at GameStop, a
He
guy,
got peed on, and he got his...
he allowed some kid to get his fingers ripped off and fucking deformed for life.
Yeah, he peed on him.
How do you lead to that?
What would you say to him?
So like the worst thing that happened at GameStop was
Shut up!
I would have
sold
done the
like
right thing.
Superman 64. That was like the worst thing that happened.
I would
at
have done the
GameStop.
right thing. and I would have.
All I had to do was sit around and take games out of their cases and put them in little
Listen.
plastic sleeves. That was the worst of my life.
If I was Brian, I would have pissed directly into his mouth. I'd be like, hey, how's it taste?
I think getting your
horrible?
fingers ripped off is just as good as a dessert.
You
Okay?
pissed on him?
He got his middle and index finger ripped off.
Yeah, so...
He could never finger a girl.
He can, but it would just will not be as good.
he could do his pinky.
Yeah.
Yeah, his pinky and his ring
He can still do one in the pink and one in the stink.
gross.
Unless he puts two in the stink and a thumb in the pink.
He could just fist her with his gross stub hand.
Or he could just like lick her
He
out.
would have to hold his hand like a autistic retard.
Or he could use the other hand, problem solved.
You're right.
He could have a huge hook on his hand and hook her pussy.
Problem solved.
Stamper, if you were at a store,
I like how that was Chris's job story. It had
told
nothing
you.
to do with the job.
Look, the only two jobs I've ever had were walking up and downstairs with boxes to put into the back of my dad's van, and then he'd buy me a Game Boy game or something.
Welcome to the world of jobs.
Yes,
Those
it's
are
boring.
jobs.
And GameStop was just sitting in the back room in the cold, and people are, and then you have to just you have to use this little thing and put in a 15-digit number, and then print it onto the back of the sleeve, and then you put it in the drawer. The
Every
end.
job that
So sorry,
everybody
Chris.
has is a conveyor belt. Do
I know.
This, do this.
I know. I'm not complaining. I'm saying that's what my job was.
Stamper.
Yeah.
A homeless man.
Shut up, Corey.
Stamper, I have a real thing to ask you.
No, is this?
Okay, Corey.
Fucking kidding me? You tell me shut up? I'm not a jewelry box.
They keep,
What the?
they keep talking.
Okay, a homeless man gives you a box. He's like, I need you to keep this forever.
What's in it?
This is my home. I want you to hold on to this for life.
Can I just interject for 1
He's
second?
pissed at it, he's shitting it, and he gives it to you.
Corey,
What do you
In
do?
a cardboard box?
Yeah.
Corey,
It's like a TV.
Corey,
CTR TV.
Corey, wait. Do you like granola cereal?
You have to say Corey.
I like granola cereal.
Yeah.
Me
Do you
too.
like with bananas?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Dude,
If you dip the banana into granola, would it cling?
Almond granola cereal.
Okay.
If you were at a store with a big staircase, a big concrete staircase,
You ruined my story!
and you smash
What am I getting heckled on stage? Come on, what is this?
Yeah.
What, audience, you die on stage?
Jeff, what if you were at a store and you see an old lady and you push her up and she breaks her neck? You feel bad?
Give me a second, this is an important story. So a homeless man gives you
What do you think
shitty...
of Vladimir Putin's invasion?
A homeless man gives you a shitty pissy box. He's like, here, you need to hold on to this. What do you do with it?
What?
He gives,
You fart in it.
he gives you a farty, poopy, pissy box. He's like, I need you to keep on this. This is my
I would
home.
not touch it.
I'm upgrading to my fridge box. I need you to hold on to my CRTV box.
This is my old house.
It's a box
Why
you
is so
live in. It's like
specific?
a refrigerator.
No, it's a box.
No,
It's
it's a
a
box.
box.
He lived in it's the box.
sounds
the
like this
refrigerator.
happened.
He lived in a CRTV giant box. He gives it to you. He's like, I need you to hold on to this box.
A what TV?
I need you to shut up, Corey.
No, it's a scenario. What do you do with the box?
I don't understand the logic.
He gives you
Gives you a smelly
He's
box.
giving you his home.
Stamp-
What do you do with
When
it?
Bill Gates walks up to you and says, I'm gonna die of cancer and one day you'll have this. You might...
He gives you his pissy, shitty, farty box.
No, not a pissy farty box. It's a small jewelry box with a little lipstick kiss on it. And he says, Stamper, here you go. And he runs away. And then like 10 years go by, and because he says, don't open this ever. And then 10 years go by, and you're like, what's in this? And you open it. His tooth is inside there.
Little toot.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. You were gonna open the CRTV and
I
his
beat you
dog
to it.
was gonna
What is a Sierra TV?
CRT TV.
What the fuck does that mean, Corey?
Cat food, Ray Tube, actually.
What is...
Wow, Jeff.
You don't know what a CRT TV is?
Oh,
God damn it.
No, a CRT. I get what. I thought he was saying Sierra TV.
Oh, no.
Oh,
CRT TV.
CRTV.
Exactly.
Do you know letters,
Do you
Corey?
remember,
CRT.
do you remember long
Almost
ago
like
when
it's your
TVs
CRT
were
TV.
4, 3
Damn it.
dimensions?
No,
Damn it!
I also thought he was saying CRT.
Oh, yeah, I heard him.
I thought it was a brand, like Sierra
Tube,
TV.
yeah.
Yeah, I had that.
Analog.
Those were pretty... Yeah,
I was just trying
Back
to
in the
create a
day,
humble
yeah.
scenario where you don't give the homeless man back his home and he comes back later because his fucking fridge
I
got
would've been
caved in
like-
from the rain.
Can I interest you in some real estate? And then gave him the box.
You guys you wanted me to talk about the dude who showed me his fucking penis.
Yeah.
Like people wanted to know about that.
Yeah.
Because I went to that and I'm like, whoa.
You gotta make it a quick
You have
story, though.
3 minutes.
All right, you quick story. Okay, it was a hot summer day.
Hot summer.
It was fucking shitty out. I didn't enjoy.
Okay, you went to your friend's house.
It was my friend's house. Yeah, this
Okay.
kid next door. He's like, hey, come over to my house. And I'm like, no, I don't feel like it. So we went over to his house because we were
You
fucking.
didn't feel like it, but you went over anyway. Okay.
He had stuff and he was wearing like an outfit.
Okay. What kind of an outfit?
Like he was like, I want to show you what I learned on Power Rangers.
What?
He was wearing like some fucking like baby
yes,
outfit. I don't know. He was like a little kid. He was a
Okay.
weird kid.
How old were you and how old was he?
I was like, I think like 13, maybe 14.
Okay.
And we went over to his house. I was like, show us, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, it's a Power Ranger move. And he pulled his shirt up like one of those kids who's about to pee into a toilet like a big boy for once. And then he fucking showed me his little Jimmy. And he was like wiggling it around and like singing the Power Ranger song.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's gay. You're gay. And then we went back, we ran home. And my mom, she had all these fucking popsicles frozen from the start. And I had a strawberry popsicle, and my friend had a grape popsicle. It's fucking bullshit because I wanted the fucking strawberry popsicle. He was fucking hogging the grape one.
Okay.
Wait, you wanted the strawberry? Here's how.
I wanted to like mix them together in a bowl.
Mom, short.
Jeff looks so fucking...
I cut it up. I put it into the bowl, and I made a grape strawberry popsicle, and I ate it with a spoon.
Cool, dude.
How does this? Where did this is the story? You've been teasing for like 4 hours?
Well, I gotta pee.
You're like, I want to tell the Power Ranger story, and it ends with you eating a popsicle. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Jeff!
I was looking forward to that story. I was like, this is gonna be good.
That was Mighty Morphin Shitty Jobs. Join us next time on Sleepycast. I'm gonna go jack off to photos of my anus that I took when I was a little boy. Goodbye. This is a Sleepycast Lost episode. Paul Rudd featuring Stamper, Psychic Pebbles, and Johnny Utah. My name is Captain Dickhead. May eat big bowl of caca for lunch. Yum yum. Poopy caca in my tum tum taste good.
I like to hang out with my wang out, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Jeff? My penis.
But I do agree.
Secret.
My Jeff. What?
You put your penis in the theater?
Once I did.
You can do that some theater. Well, I guess you can't do it because it's illegal at the sex theaters too, right?
Yeah, you can't
Pee Wee
masturbate.
Herman got in trouble for that because he was jerking off all over the theater.
Whatever. I don't. Oh, what? Pee Wee Herman? Fucking. What's his name? Paul. Something.
Yeah, Paul Rudd.
Paul McCartney. Paul Rudd. He was beaten off to a porno movie. Oh, fucking call the cops. Who gives a shit?
What do you think of Paul Rudd? We were debating this. It's the great debate.
He's like a very
Who the fuck is Paul Rudd?
vanilla guy.
I'd like to be Paul Rudd.
He's the definition of
likes
vanilla.
Paul
I know who
Rudd.
he is now. Yeah.
Like he's
I feel nothing towards him.
you just wouldn't. You wouldn't.
He's the friend you have that never makes you laugh, never makes you sad. He never. He goes to sleep on
It's like,
time.
yeah, but it's Paul Rudd. You can't hate Paul Rudd.
But like if Paul Rudd invited me over to a barbecue, I'm like,
You go.
and I wouldn't even talk to him. I'd be like, all right, free
talk to
food,
Paul Rudd
free
if
food.
he's
I don't mind. I can just mingle and leave, and then I feel nothing. I
It's like
immediately
nobody
forget the whole
invited you to
day.
barbecue.
Why are we recording
Is
this?
Paul Rudd gonna tell you I am? Is Paul Rudd gonna tell you? Yes. A good story? Doubtful. No.
Is Seth Rogen gonna tell you a good story? What is he gonna tell you?
He's gonna be like,
I got hired with Michael Cera, we smoked weed. That's what he's gonna tell you. Paul Rudd's gonna be like, man, this one time I was fucking a really hot girl, and she puked everywhere. And you go, man, that's not a really good story, but I like you, Paul Rudd. You're likable.
why would that be the first story he tells me?
Because you shake his hand and he tells you that. It's a good icebreaker. I'm sure Paul Rudd's got all kinds of stories to
What's
tell
your
you.
favorite Paul Rudd movie?
Fuck you, Jeff.
Oh, whoops, yeah.
Is it a
Honestly, I
family
don't know.
comedy? A slightly
Like,
dirty family comedy?
I've seen it
Oh,
after it.
what's your favorite movie, Jeff? What's it called?
Holy shit, here we go. It's gonna happen.
Aliens. What?
No, it's sarcasm. Your favorite movie?
Oh.
Fucking
The Amazing Bulk?
Paul Rudd beaten off to pictures of his pictures of his wife Jennifer Aniston because he made a new friend. With
Oh, that movie sucks.
I've never.
That movie, that was
Of
Chris
course
movie.
you've seen it. I haven't.
Well, I
seen
haven't.
it like a
Chris saw
normal
it,
person.
and it looked terrible. That's the one Paul Rudd movie. If I saw Paul Rudd, I would. If he said you like this movie, I'd say.
I like the movie It's 40, even though I'm not 40.
What's
But
the
it's
the name of that movie?
I don't know. It's bad. Bad movie. The bad movie.
I Love You, Man. That's what it's
Yeah,
called.
it's a bad
I've
movie.
seen some of that.
But look, I saw him in Anchorman. I liked
You
him.
hated.
I saw him in Anchorman. I liked him.
I don't
I
like
saw him in Role Models. I liked him. And I saw him in everything I see him. Like yeah, it's,
Yeah, but I don't think anybody remembers him. They're always like, yeah, it's that guy.
Yeah, do you want to talk about the cashier at 7-Eleven too? Because they're equally as worthless and forgettable. Who gives a shit?
It was
It's Paul
like,
Rudd.
yeah,
You're telling me if you saw Paul Rudd, he knocked on your door, he gave you a hug and said, "Hey, Stamper," what would you say?
I'd be like, weren't you that guy from that thing? Why are you here at my house?
Say, "I'll cut it out."
He could be working at a gas station. I wouldn't even blink. I'd be like, yeah, just like a guy.
If you saw Paul Rudd at Wawa,
Yeah.
and he was like throwing a coke, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm flipping it." He was like, "I'm gonna buy this." What would you say to him?
You know about half the audience that's going to listen to this doesn't even know who Paul Rudd is. They'll have to see a picture of him first, and now we're just pissing him off even more by continuing
Zach-
with bullshit.
Zach and
Paul
his
Rudd
fucking
conversation.
Paul
manager.
Rudd was
Paul
in
Rudd.
Titanic, Avatar, Star Wars, Jaws, Jurassic Park, Gone with the Wind, every fucking the top 10 movies. And you're gonna sit here,
You know who Paul Rudd plays?
7-Eleven cashier.
Zach. You know who Paul Rudd plays in every movie? Paul Rudd.
He plays.
He plays the same.
I'm sorry.
Guy
Who does Schindler's List play in every movie?
Who's who?
Schindler's List.
You mean the list? That's not a person. That's a list.
What is that play in the movie? A list.
Paul Rudd. Name two movies lists. Go. Schindler's List and Smart Guy, Wise
Wedding Crashers.
Guy.
Wedding Crashers.
What?
Wedding Crashers.
They had a list.
There's one part where Owen Wilson's like, "Oh, I got my grocery list. So we're gonna buy some milk and eggs."
You're so fucking lame, Zach.
Yeah, you fucking Owen Wilson and Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd. I've heard Paul Rudd so many times tonight. It's the words have lost all meaning. It's like a disease that grandpas get. I'm getting Paul Rudd's back
I
again.
guess you said it really clear, like if you make it one word. Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd's gonna
Paul
be
Rudd. Oh, the Paul Rudd's making me pain. What makes me want to kill myself?
Ant-Man playing Paul Rudd.
It sounds like the new Taliban.
Paul Rudd. Yeah, you can.
It's the new thing that you.
I can imagine some guy with the skirt of Poland in the Middle East. Was he a 40-year-old virgin? I feel like he is. I feel like Steve Carell.
Yeah, he was in that.
I feel like
Nobody knows. He could have been. Nobody remembers.
Yeah, maybe he was that fucking white guy in the background, man. Who cares?
with the sexy smile.
Hey, on topic. You remember how you own?
It was a 3-in-1. It was a 3-in-1.
You own.
It was a good deal.
You own a 40-year-old version on DVD, right? We plugged it into the DVD player, and Cinevia cut it off and said we're not allowed to own it.